When tourists visit the country, one of the animals they would love to see are lions. However, over the years, the number of lions has continued to decrease. The lion population in Uganda has continued to decline from about 600 in 2009 to less than 400 today. As part of efforts to reverse this trend, government is set to embark on a process of breeding lions. The Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities recently revealed that it is seeking 10 billion shillings to enable lion breeding by Uganda Wildlife Conservation Education Center in 3 national parks.
The Uganda Wildlife Authority developed a large carnivore action plan where lions are part and parcel of that action plan. And actually breeding is embedded within that action plan.
However, some conservationists think captive breeding will deny animal freedom, increase their anxiety, and compromise the quality of life for the animals.
Lions need privacy to breed. They need to learn a lot of tactics to hunt. They learn a lot of tactics, like our lions in Ishasha, to climb trees. I wonder a human being who will replace that school in which lions learn. We compromise the nutrition, because in the wild, animals hunt for themselves. When you breed, they bring them in controlled environment. They don't have that opportunity to hunt for themselves, so that they have a balanced diet.
Proprietor of CTC Conservation Center in Butambala, which is currently breeding lions, Thomas Price, does not seem to agree with the above fears.
I don't see how breeding denies them freedom if you're breeding them for reintroduction into nature. So we hear a lot of people saying, you cannot release tame lions. Of course, nobody is naive enough to suggest that we're going to release tame lions. The idea would be is that the lions here which are habituated, they would be the founding stock. They would be the breeders. Their offspring would be raised completely different. They would be raised in a wild way.
The Wild Animal Protection maintains that breeding lions is a bad venture.
The government needs to approach it with caution, because we know very well that elsewhere in the world we do not know any successful lion breeding program for restoration.
But the first step is to fix the underlying issue. There's no point in adding lions if they still get poached. I wouldn't want to put my lions in a national park just to watch them get poached there either.
The time of reintroduction or taking back to the wild, there's a lot of work that has to be done before. We must study the habitat and ecosystem where we are taking these animals. We must ensure that they are going to be able to survive. There are adequate factors there. And so through multi-stakeholder involvement and engagement, we are on course.
The number of lions in the country has continued to decrease. Now government is coming up with a plan to increase the number of these lions through a breeding program, despite concerns from some conservationists about captive breeding. Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.